Hello, Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. I, Sakshi Kilawat, back again with PT 365. And we were discussing issues related to the center-state relation. In this video, we are going to discuss about the borrowing powers of the state government. In the last year, central government had increased the borrowing limits for states from 3% of the gross state domestic product to 5%. There is increment of 2% in the borrowing limits. Out of 5%, 1% raise was linked to showing progress on 4 sets of reform measures, which are linked to one nation, one ration card, ease of doing business, power distribution, urban local body revenues. Chapter 2 of Part 12 of the Constitution, which deals with the borrowing by central government and state governments. It comprises two provisions. Article 292, it covers borrowing by the central government, and Article 293, it covers borrowing by the state governments. Clause 3 of Article 293, it requires state governments that are indebted to the central government to seek the consent of central government before raising further borrowing. It says that if the state government has already taken a loan or debt from central government, and if it further wants to raise the borrowing, it needs to seek the consent of the central government. This policy incentivizing the states to adopt progressive policies to avail additional funds. Overall, 23 states availed of additional borrowing of rupees 1.06 lakh crores. FRBM Act, that is Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, was enacted in 2003, and it set targets for the government to reduce fiscal deficits. The Act provides room for deviation from annual fiscal deficit target under certain conditions. The fiscal deficit is targeted at 6.8% of GDP in 2021-2022. The government aim is to steadily reduce fiscal deficit to 4.5% of GDP by 2025-2026. The borrowing powers of the center and state. We have already seen the constitutional provision, that is under Article 292, central government has unrestricted power to borrow subject to limits set by the Parliament, and under Article 292, this power is limited by Act of State Legislature. In the center, there is no territorial restrictions, and it can borrow domestically and from abroad. But state can only raise loan domestically. State can borrow upon security of consolidated fund of state. Under Article 293, a state can't raise borrowings without the center's consent if it has any loan outstanding which is repayable to the government of India. One nation, one ration card system reforms. We have seen this sets of reform measures, that is ONORC. This was aimed to ensure that the beneficiaries under the National Food Security Act, that is NFSA, and the other welfare schemes, especially the migrant workers and their families, get ration from any fair price shop FPS across the country. And ease of doing business reforms, it facilitates a better environment and seamless process for entrepreneurs and companies to operate. in the urban local body or utility reforms. These are aimed at financial strengthening of urban local bodies in the states and to enable them to provide better public health and sanitation services to citizens. The power distribution or power sector reforms, there are three parameters a state must meet under this power sector reforms. That is reduction in aggregate technical and commercial losses, targeted reduction in average cost of supply, and average revenue realization gap, and direct benefit transfer, that is DBT, of electricity subsidy to farmers. That's all for now. We'll meet in another video. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.